new faces here. I'm Mary Lynn Gerstenschlager. I'm the Vice President of Texas Eagle Forum, and I live in Austin during the session so I can advocate for bills that affect the family, which is just about everything. There are a couple of bills I focus on education, and when I counted the number of bills that have been filed on education, I was not shocked. There are 401 bills that have been assigned to the House and Senate Education Committees. That is, I think, a record for them. They're usually over 300, but I thought now they've gone to a higher level. So that tells you a lot of things are happening in the classroom. And they are not hearing very many of the bills that will affect things like how they teach human sexuality in the classroom. They're saving those bills, I think, for later on. They have some pre-K bills that they've already heard. Those are top priority for the governor, and so we expect to see those. The big push for mandatory pre-K. Texas Eagle Forum is against all of the pre-K bills, and Ann Hedinger talked about that when she talked from CWA a couple of weeks ago to this group. There is a bill that is being heard in public health today, House Bill 1282, and this is by Dr. Zerwas. It's relating to a human papillomavirus associated cancer strategic plan developed by the Department of State Health Services. Let me give you a little history on this. The human papillomavirus, or HPV, is an STD, a sexually transmitted disease. As a grandmother, as a mother, as a very modest person, it's embarrassing for me to stand up and talk about this in front of other people, but that's a part of our times. My daughter used to work for one of the big health labs here in Texas. I think there are 10 of them throughout the state. And one thing she did was test for 2 STDs. She said, "Mom, everybody has one." That's the way she put it. She said there are so many of them. And the root of this is, as we all know, is because of promiscuity and people not waiting until they're married to have sex. So anyhow, this particular bill by Zerwas addresses this one STD, HPV, which can cause cervical cancer in women, which of course can also lead to infertility. This bill develops a plan involving lots of state agencies to find a way to help prevent the spread of HPV in Texas. One of the things that this bill does states that they want more people vaccinated against HPV. Several years ago, Governor Rick Perry issued an executive order that all 12-year-old girls in Texas would be immunized or vaccinated with the Gardasil vaccine, which prevents HPV. And the reason they did this was they assumed that little girls are going to eventually have sex, so get them before they start having sex. So at 12 years of age, Governor Perry wanted all girls, public school girls, to have this vaccine. Well, Kathy Adams, our state president for Texas Eagle Forum, jumped on that and spread word everywhere that this was a terrible thing to do. It's a dangerous vaccine. It hurts. It can cause a lot of bad effects, and also it has killed some girls and boys. Well, Governor Perry backed off on it, and so we did not vaccinate all 12-year-old schoolgirls in Texas. But that doesn't mean that people don't want to vaccinate little girls, and now they want little boys vaccinated with this vaccine. My daughter goes to church in Lubbock with a girl who is a college student at Texas Tech, who was vaccinated when she was younger and with the Gardasil, and she almost died from it. And she had a lot of health problems. No one could help her. Doctors could not help her. She had multiple problems, and only by a miracle is she alive today, and now a college student. So there's one person that I could give you more information about if you're interested, who really did suffer a very bad reaction to the Gardasil vaccine. So this is a bad bill by Zerwas, and I would highly recommend it. Doing away with House Bill 1282 by Zerwas. The best thing we can do is teach our kids to not have sex before marriage, and for married people to not be have sex outside of marriage. That is a great way to stop the spread of STDs. I guess that's all I really wanted to talk about today, and I think my time is up. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Marilyn. Appreciate that.